my church sermon from online. They were taking the Holy Communion today. And my daughter had to go. She had to go poop. And there's no stores that are open that are going to allow a child in anywhere near. But my husband's still gonna try. We don't have masks for everybody, so I don't know if they'll let her in to go to the bathroom, but we didn't have another choice. I guess she could have gone to the bathroom over in the grass. This is just such a very hard time. I know for a lot of people, and I know that a lot of people have it way worse. They are having to say goodbye to humans that they love, and they don't get to be in person to say goodbye. And I just feel for them in that moment, because my love for my dog is so much, but my love for my family is also so much. And my family's love for me is obviously so much. So I'm sitting out here with a mask on, waiting for my family, praying that my dog is gonna be okay, and that they have a solution. And my heart hurts. I'm so emotionally exhausted. You know, yesterday, the day before yesterday, friends that we thought were just sticking to campground people and isolating and socializing and practicing social distancing together because it's what they said, had decided to change their minds. There was a conversation that was had that excluded a lot of people, including myself and my family. And because people had a hard time having tough conversations with others to let them know what their choices were, ultimately 2 days ago, a mother basically told my kids to get off of her campsite, and they decided they were social distancing, but if they wanted to play with her kids, they could go hide in the river and play. And to a young kid, first of all, they're not going to understand the reason for the rejection, because how, at 7 years old, and then really at any age, honestly, how do you wrap your mind around all that? How do you get through that? Like, how do you explain that to them, and that rejection? And so I was very upset that mother did that, because my daughter felt rejected, and she came home, and her brother came running after her to make sure she was okay. And I was very upset because this woman is also an adoptive mom. She is a child of another race, and I bring that up only for the importance of, I know that child particularly has to answer questions like, why is your parents a different skin color? Why, like, you obviously don't fit in this family, and this child was adopted. And so there's those questions. And so as a mom any mom that has fostered or adopted, they know the struggles of rejection. They understand the absolute unequivocal hard. And I just could not wrap my mind around how she didn't immediately follow my children home and have a conversation with me. Nor did she decide to have a conversation. She was just all about herself and her workout. And so I stopped her and I said, did you tell my daughter she had to leave your campground? And she did. And then she could hear my tone and how upset I was. And she was just super, super upset that I would question what was going on, because she was talking like I was there when they made their decisions and that I should just be in the know. And I had to explain to her my point of view. and how that I didn't think it was appropriate to not have that adult conversation with me, because I would understand where she was coming from, and I would respect her want to social distance. Because if you guys have been following these videos, you know that the chances, like the way that everything has happened with these campgrounds, they're just one decision away from kicking us out of a campground and we're being homeless. Yes, we live in a home, but if you have nowhere to park it, to be able to plug in and get electricity or dump your sewer or get water, it's and with how hot it is, like right now it's 85 something degrees, and my breath underneath this mask is making my nose red. It's hot. My breath is hot. But I need to wear this because there's so much fear here. There's so many people acting erratically. And so after that conversation, and it was a very long conversation, and there was an instance of 2 girls that were in that group walking by, pretending not to see me, totally seeing me, and the girl that I was having a conversation with stopped talking. And she was waiting for them to pass, which signaled to me that she did not want them to hear the conversation. And I just patiently waited with her. And the girl tried calling out, going like, "Are you not getting your workout?" And then went to saying, after the person didn't answer, like, "Oh, I didn't see you there," and acknowledged me, which that's part of her game. That's kind of who she is. She's that typical mean girl that is fake and her body language says one thing and her mouth says another, because she's like, "Oh, I'm just the sweetest little southern thing you've ever did see," you know. And I could smell her from a mile away. The conversation ended. It didn't end bad. I understood where they were coming from. I wish they would have communicated to me before dejecting my children. I wish they would have also decided to communicate with other people, because communication to me is one of the most important tools that you have to help others. And they just don't feel the need, and they are hurting so many people and they don't get it. Well, yesterday, same thing. One of the girls that another one that I actually thought was my friend, came over, and I was in the middle of talking to my daughter about not being a mean girl and to not judging someone until you actually know them and who they are, and not to just make up your own assumptions. Like, you need facts. Words mean nothing. People's actions mean everything. And this girl came over and we had a 2-hour long conversation, and she was worried about social distancing and people seeing her talk to me. And I'm like, why? If you communicated to the masses what was going on, you shouldn't have to worry about talking to me. Do you realize that? So she told me some things similar to what this girl said, and a lot of things that weren't. And I pointed it out because it was very frustrating and exhausting, because people in this world tend to lie when they feel like they're backed in a corner. It's just fact. But after a while, when you forget how many lies you've told, because you can't keep track of them, you go in a circle and you eventually tell on yourself. And whether it's to be malicious, or it's just to save face, or they're confused, or you know. And I asked this girl a lot of questions because I wanted to get to know her heart. I thought I knew her, and she didn't act that accordingly. She said that she was the one that chose to talk to me since we had a relationship, and then failed to talk to me, and didn't stick up or say anything to my daughter or come over right after that whole incident happened at their campground. And the thing was, if I wasn't accepted over there as an adult, whatever. The problem for me was when they were not kind. They used kind words, but a child can hear kind words and still feel rejection, and it really hurt. Because why do all the other kids get to play over their mommy, but I'm not allowed over there anymore? And so, again, I thought we had a great conversation. I really felt like I got to see this girl's heart. And then I shit you not, after her saying that they were not allowing anyone over past their 5 people, that they had been there for over a month, social distancing themselves, they had another family over that definitely was not. And it was not a part of that group. And so for me, it just really spoke volume. Like, it spoke to me in a way that they are being selective. They are being picky and choosy. They don't like me. And that's okay. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. But they're picking and choosing who they want to social distance with. It's the women, not the men. And they don't care that they're hurting other people. And I think it's silly that they think that they aren't being seen, because they're seen. And I think some of them are like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, please stop with being fake. Like, your true colors have already came out. Can you just be yourself? Like, it's so much easier to be yourself and to be honest than it is to just continue like the fake facade. Like, aren't you tired? Or are you that great of an actress, like you just want to keep it going? So, like, for me, I'm over it. I said my piece. My children, I've had really good talks with them. They have every day it's like they just have this new awakening and understanding of just what this virus means. Like today, like this whole not having a bathroom to be able to go into like we normally do, not being able to go in and see your dog, and if you know they're gonna put your dog to sleep, you know, not being able to say goodbye to your dog, possibly. Never in a million years did my brain ever think that I would live a day where the world tested people in such ways. I am so thankful to God, though, that I get to see people's true hearts. Their words mean nothing to me, but true hearts. Who is willing to help? Who is willing to love? Who is willing to stick up for what is right? Who cares about their freedoms? Who loves unconditionally? Those are the people that I want to surround myself with. And I'm sorry this video is going long. But obviously I have nothing but time, and I'm sitting here by myself, minus these people that are over here in this car, and they're fighting. They're fighting. They're upset. They're angry. I don't even know about what. I know they're mad at a doctor or a nurse or something. But everybody's just doing the best that they can with what they know how, and they're showing their true colors in a time of fear, of frustration, and you need faith. You need faith. You need extra patience, and you just need to love. Like, think through and step in someone else's shoes and have love. And I think if we all could step into someone else's shoes before we act, and bring help, and think the best in people before you think the worst and bring fear, we're gonna get through this and things will be better. But the minute that we divide, the minute that we segregate, the minute that we just see everybody for evil, or that everyone has the plague, things get rough. The minute that you purposely segregate yourselves as better than someone else is when issues come. So I've seen it in the campground. I'm choosing not to participate in that drama. I see it in the world just as recent as right over there. I'm choosing not to participate. But I am choosing, oh gosh, there's a bug just got in this. Sorry. I'm choosing to participate in spreading joy, to spreading happy, to giving hope, to educating, to leading people through this time, because that's all I know how to do. And that's what I know that works. It's been proven through history that when people are educated on what is going on around them, and when they find hope and they cling to hope and they cling to what they know is morally right and what is good for all, not just good for some, good things happen. So we choose to sit here on social distance. I wear this mask not for myself, but for other people, because that gives them felt safety. I can do those little things. I'm not going to get a vaccination just because somebody will feel safer if I do. I'm not going to wear a badge just because someone thinks that I should. But I will do the little things to make them feel better. But not to strip my rights. And I don't know why I went that way. You could just, honestly, anybody can sit here and go on forever in their own life and create their own blog of what it's like. As a traveler, as someone who's not close to true family and true friends, it is a very lonely and scary and hard world out there, and I know we'll make it. You know, timing sucks. God, timing for things, you know, sometimes you don't understand it. Like, for me, I could sit here and wallow. This is the worst time for my dog. But maybe I'm learning lessons that I need to learn. Maybe it's not even about me. I'll give an update about my Poochie. Sancha is her name. When I know more. But for now, I'm just going to leave it at this.